Hello again. As usual, I am going through some of the things in the attic, also a few purchases. Let's take a look. And first thing starting off is this big bag of stuff. We have some college sports memorabilia. We have some little stack of Magic the Gathering cards. We'll take a look there. And this box of autism themed baskets. And in here, of course, we have some sparkly blossom in a plastic container that is pretty bad for the edges. I'm afraid we're going to find a little bit of whitening there. Other than that, we have some cool things like this book of Pinocchio, cool pair of sunglasses, cheat notes for Wuthering Heights. I actually just reread this around when the movie came out. Chinese version of Tales of Beetle the Bard. That's great. A little Halo themed legendary emblem. A probably PSA 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Book of Secret Arts. All sorts of stuff in here to look at. Obviously, what we're here for is the cards, so I'll stop being a tease and go ahead and open what we're here to see, the Magic cards, obviously. I'm just kidding. We're here for the Blossom with a interesting swirl down there in the bottom right. But as a matter of fact, I do have a few, like there's some vintage adjacent cards in here. This, I believe, is a pack that I got of singles while I was building a deck running a green-red blend. But it does have one of my favorite titled cards, which is a kind of a meme card. It says, our market research shows that players like really long card names. So we made this card to have the absolute longest card name ever, Elemental. And so that's a little bit of fun, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? See, these boxes were so good back when I started playing with them, but now it's like every time I hear the cards click in there, it just sounds like whitening happening on the edges. I mean, at least this thing was in storage for like, what, 10, 20 years or something. Okay, guys, I'll go get the sleeves. Of course, we have the Blossom and the Rainbow Energy, and what are we doing? What do we even have here, guys? Pop this into a sleeve, and Kingdra as well. I mean, these guys are pretty minty here. I'm seeing a good ratio side to side and everything. Couple of these, what is that? Is that a Team Rocket one? Oh man, it has a little bending there. Rainbow Energy. This doesn't have a logo on it. Yeah, I wonder if that's some kind of misprint or something. But for real, those were the days. Like, I mean, we can look at this. That's a good cosmic holofoil pattern. I think it shows up nicely there. Yeah, dude, we were just running these on the playmat. This one I can set aside. I'm running low on sleeves. Pre-release Dark Gyarados. Yes, that is going in a sleeve for sure. Oh, yeah, he's looking super clean. I might just have to grade some of these. Wobbuffet. Is that a rare? No, it's a uncommon, I think. Oh no, Wobbuffet is a rare. Let's not downgrade Wobbuffet now. Water, water, water. Misty Psyduck. Let's see what other kind of goodies we have in here. So we do have a delicate Misty's Tentacruel hidden there in the back or middle, depending on how you count it. I also had a non-foil Misty here as well. We'll go ahead and pull that one out. And we'll see if we have anything else ridiculous in here. So far, it's just a bunch of Misty's characters at the moment. Couple of Pokeballs. Star You Star Me. Goldeen, one of the prettiest Pokemon and a personal favorite of mine. And it looks like we might be in the clear. Okay. Yeah, so just a brief show of the common guys. Sanity Check, Water Energies, Pokeball, Psyduck, Waters, some regular trainers, a couple more Misty Pokemon. So I guess this was a deck that I built and was working with, and then I just threw some hollow cards on top of in the box and popped it into storage, and that was probably 20 or something years ago, and here we are today. So that's been fun. I got a few more things to show. Let me grab those. Oh yeah, that's number two of three things that I was gonna share on this video. Is I got a stack of cards in the mail today. So let's crack that open. Some excellent packaging, bubble wrapped around the painter's tape, and then they have this three card next to each other. There seems to be some sort of plastic in the sides. This is very well done. Very well done. And of course, as always, when you're opening an envelope online, try not to dox yourself. But I'll check my records and give a shout out to our wonderful vendor who gave me this nice stack of cards. Yeah, this packing slip is going to come in handy because, like, looking at this, I'm honestly, I was having trouble sleeping and just started browsing online, and that's not a good idea to do because you end up in situations like this where I don't really remember what cards I got from their store. But now that I'm looking at it, it's some cool stuff. Like, I'm happy with it. Very happy. So let's go ahead and start with the Blastoise. So here we have a... Oh, I see how they did this. Oof. Made that sticky. It's not on the actual card. They used plastic sleeves. They did this the right way. So, ooh, yeah, I am liking these purchases that I don't remember making. That's great. I mean, like, obviously I was conscious or cognizant of it, but it got us some evolutions there. I went crazy for this guy. So, yeah, I got some gifts to give out for some folks that got that as a favorite. Zekrom, big old monster fella there. Let's see what else we got. Reverse Dunsparce. He's all tunneled up in there, just like all kinds of things. Goldeen, as I said before, one of the prettiest and one of my personal favorite. And that Mewtwo, looking like something straight out of an alien horror film. That's what I say about this one. This next little bundle here, got ourselves an Alakazam with this beautiful rainbow pattern. A Raikou, why do I always want to add an L? Meganium. I like this Erica's Tangela too. It reminds me of back in the old Gym Heroes Gym Challenge Day. And then these guys here, like, I couldn't pass these up. These are, they look like what those fake cards used to look like in the 90s, and so they really draw me in. Eradicate, Reverse Hollow. I got, and likewise with Magneton. These are going in the personal collection, and I know there's other Raticate fans out there, so I got one to trade with you as well, so I can fill out my Raticate collection. Same with my Magneton collection. One for trade and one for me. And then I got some of these guys. I'm trying out a few different game mechanics with some theme decks I'm building. I'm definitely a Timmy Jimmy player, so I'm going to be doing a theme deck of some kind, and I'll let you know how that goes. I did also like this Leafeon. He's quite the sizzler there. And likewise with this Ho-Oh. We got the cosmic pattern. We got the stripe pattern going on. Ethan is a lucky boy there with that Ho-Oh. Now this is starting to be a longer video than I thought, so I'll save these other modern stacks that I got here for another time. And I'll pull up the other vintage thing I got from these old bags that I'm pulling out of the attic. So I know not all of these are vintage, but they ended up in the stack with the same old vintage ones. This one is back from Silver Tempest, one of these blisters that has a couple of, well, in this one case, it's Ralts, Curlia. I don't know why I want to add a T to that. Add an L to Meganium and a T to Coralia. And Galabade. I read that one before saying it. And that's a fun one. It's a sealed, obviously. It's got some dents in it. There's a cool Farfetch'd coin. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that. And then we got these. I don't know what's going to be in here. Like, obviously, that's the question. But yeah, I guess we can see a few of them. And I don't know. It caught my eye one day. I mean, that probably would have been, it was somewhere around Silver Tempest days. And then I found these guys, a Hollow Phantoms, or Holon Phantom. I don't even remember that set, to be honest. I think that would have been an impulse buy sometime when I wasn't super following Pokemon. You can see it has the the price, $3.99 back then. Then we got the Neo Destiny, something back here too. Ooh, well, that's a pretty one. I like that little photo shoot lighting that we have for Erica's Dratini. And I don't know what's in the Neo Destiny. I don't have a lot of those. Neo Genesis was really where I went heavy into, but something, I'll check this pack out. Something tells me I might have a Noctowl in it, that shiny Noctowl. So let's take a look. So we got Unknown V, Dratini. Actually, these are vintage cards. I'll put on my vintage sleeve here. That's the proper thing to do. Dratini, Heal Powder, Vulpix. That's a really pretty Vulpix picture. Really lovely picture. Get it? I like that Execute. I almost want to say Executor anytime I pronounce it. Venonat. Tell me what you guys think. Is Venonat supposed to be the pre-evolution for the image that became Butterfree, and vice versa? Do the eyes on Metapod match the eyes on Venomoth and it looks more like a butterfly? That's what I think. I'm in on that conspiracy. What is... Son of a... Boyo, that is something else. Woo. Oh man, how is that centering? We got a little bit of edging. This is not a crisp 10, unfortunately. That's a likely situation. Ooh-wee. What is that, though? Oh, that's kind of absurd. Dang, bruh. What even are we doing here? And oh man, it's kind of weird that I'm like almost as excited about this light Slowbro. So that's my 3 that are my obscure Pokemon that are going into the personal collection. Like I'm doing a Slowbro, Raticate, Magneton collection, and I'm very excited about that. So popping this Slowbro into a sleeve as well. I think I'll use one of my binders to get my Slowbro, Magneton, Raticate collection nice and documented. I also want to collect Togepis, but I feel like there's probably a good Togepi community where everybody's collecting the Togepis. There's enough commons there that... What even am I talking about, bro? This is ridiculous. I'm not even... I mean, like, eventually, at some point, I'm going to sit down and read through the text that we have here, because I don't remember what the attacks do from Shining Tyranitar, but I remember going a little nuts and seeing, like, 3 different energy types on an attacker back in the day, and being surprised. I hadn't remembered that Light Jolteon is the one that has the Togepi in there, so oh heck, maybe that belongs in the Togepi collection as well. Why not? So, a very big day, obviously. We have the Light Jolteon, a couple of stacks of some newly purchased Moderns. Of course, my 3 of my favorite, I should say, but these might be my top 3 favorite Pokemon, at least lately, coming up here, added to the collection. Casual mention. Of course, we do got a Shining Tyranitar, a Misty, Misty's Tentacruel, and Wobbuffet. A couple of these. Ooh, nice pre-release Gyarados. I'd forgotten about that amid all the other hullabaloo. And these couple of nice Rainbow Energies, really shimmering and shining up in league with their name. And then, of course, some Neo Genesis. Like I said, I always went more heavy in Neo Genesis than Neo Discovery or Expedition or Revelation. But it looks like I've gone pretty heavy here as well. So thanks for joining the video, and see you next time.